Beyond the Gates is getting a special visitor this week, one who is not teased in the latest promo. Yes, we're talking about young and restless Devon. But he isn't the only newbie coming to Fairmont Crest, as Leslie is in for a shocking surprise. Plus, just as it appears Martin and Smitty have reconciled, they're thrown for another loop. After suffering a miscarriage, which Dani blames herself for, Hayley catches her former friend comforting Bill. We still don't know whether Hayley was ever pregnant, but without a baby, can she hold on to Bill? She's sure to lose him if it comes out that she faked her pregnancy. Folks have a lot to say on that subject. Ted is stunned when he receives divorce papers from Nicole and turns to Anita and Vernon for help. Anita tells him it's time to put on his big boy pants. Kat and Tomas Salsa isn't about to win them the Len Goodman Mirrorball trophy. Perhaps Tomas should switch partners to someone who really gets him. Martin and Smitty appear to be making strides in putting their family back together after the politician's secret blew their marriage sky high. That's when Naomi and Jacob reveal they found Tyrell and Samantha's biological mother. I think we all know who it is. It's June. Finally, Leslie is taking the sweet baby Jesus name in vain when she opens the door to a surprise. Here's Mommy. Beyond the Gates preview, a stunned Leslie gets the mother of all surprises. Plus, Hayley catches Dani with Bill. Warning: this story is a work of fiction created for entertainment purposes. Chapter 1. The Quiet Before the Storm. The small town of Willow Creek had always been quiet, nestled between towering evergreens and winding rivers, but that evening, the air was thick with tension and whispered secrets. The residents of the gated community called the Gates prided themselves on privacy, but tonight, the walls were about to crack wide open. Leslie Matthews, a poised yet weary woman in her early 40s, sat alone in the expansive but lonely living room of her ancestral home. The house, an imposing Victorian mansion handed down for generations, felt colder than usual. Her hands trembled slightly as she stared at the ornate envelope that had just arrived, addressed in her mother's unmistakable handwriting. A mother of all surprises, the note said inside. But what could it be? Meanwhile, just across town, Hayley Dawson paced back and forth in her cozy, sunlit kitchen. She had been suspecting for weeks that something was going on between Dani Harper, her closest friend, and Bill Rogers, the charming, older man who ran the local vineyard. Hayley's gut told her this wasn't just a passing flirtation. Tonight, she planned to find out for herself. Chapter 2. Leslie's Shocking Discovery. The envelope contained a single, folded letter and a small velvet box. Leslie's eyes skimmed the letter. Dearest Leslie, if you're reading this, then I am no longer able to speak for myself. There is something you must know, a secret I kept to protect you, but the time has come for the truth. You have a half-sibling. His name is Jonathan. He is your brother. Leslie's heart pounded in disbelief. A brother. The velvet box contained a delicate silver key and a photograph of a young man with piercing green eyes. Leslie recognized her father's features in him instantly. Questions flooded her mind. Why had her mother hidden this from her? Who was Jonathan, and where was he now? Chapter 3. Hayley's Suspicion Grows. Hayley's suspicions had become impossible to ignore. She had noticed Dani's sudden absences, the whispered phone calls, and the way Bill's eyes lingered longer than necessary when they met. Determined to get answers, Hayley decided to follow Dani after a charity gala at the vineyard. As night fell, she trailed Dani to the wine cellar beneath the estate, an intimate, shadowy place where the finest barrels were kept. Chapter 4. The Unraveling. Hayley's breath caught as she pushed open the heavy cellar door and saw Dani standing close to Bill. Their conversation was hushed, but the tension was electric. You don't understand, Bill, Dani said softly, her voice tinged with desperation. If anyone finds out, everything will fall apart. Bill reached for her hand. I know, but I can't help how I feel. Hayley's presence was suddenly known. The sound of a dropped cork startled them both. Hayley! Dani's voice cracked. The confrontation was inevitable. Chapter 5. The fallout. The next day in Willow Creek was filled with whispered conversations and glances exchanged in grocery stores and coffee shops. The news of Hayley catching Dani and Bill spread quickly, shaking the community. Leslie, meanwhile, grappled with her own turmoil as she wrestled with the reality of a secret brother and what it meant for her family's legacy. Chapter 6. Unexpected Connections. Just when Leslie thought she could face her revelation alone, a stranger arrived at her doorstep. Jonathan, her half-brother. His arrival would change everything. Chapter 7. Cliffhanger. As tensions mounted and secrets surfaced, a mysterious phone call hinted at even darker truths behind the gates, setting the stage for explosive drama ahead. Support.